Now that we've got our phone number styled, you can see here there's a little bit of an overlap. I feel like this logo is looking too big. If you just have a square logo and it's just sitting over here, you're probably fine. But if you did want to resize the logo, this is how you do it. We're going to do it with the CSS. And unlike this, where we added and I actually wrote the rules around that, WordPress has already written a CSS rule that determines how big this logo is. So we're going to use Google Chrome to find out what that is. So we're going to go to View, Developer, and go to Developer Tools. We're going to see these two windows open up at the bottom here. I'm going to just adjust this a little bit to try to make it a little bit more visible. Okay, so we're going to use this magnifying glass, and we're going to go up here. And now we're going to see right here, image dot header dash image. Now this probably doesn't mean anything to you, and I'm going to set this up so that you can just copy and paste this in. But what we're going to do is we're going to write a rule that changes the size of that of the header image. So we're going to just the same way that it was written there, and then we're going to add a rule. We're going to say the width. Let's just take it down to like 80% and see what that looks like. I'm going to update this. And now we will look at the live version of the site. We're going to refresh. And now see it's slightly smaller. I think that was the right adjustment there. And now we can look at what would happen if we were on a phone. That's a little bit weird there for the iPad version, so maybe we need to figure out how to fix that. But then it centers up pretty nicely. It might be okay on the iPad here. And then when we go all the way down to the phone version, so now I'm actually going to add in one other piece here. This now I feel like it's too small when it's down on the phone version. So I'm going to write a line of code that says when you get to a certain size, I want you to go back to 100%. And the way that we do that, again, you're going to be able to copy and paste this. Don't worry about this. But I'm going to set up a little subset here that basically says once the screen is smaller than 760 pixels, I want to go back to my 100% width. And let's make sure that we're okay. Looks like we're good there. So we're going to update that. And now we'll look back here. Now, because this rule only applies to a certain screen size, we're not going to see any change the first time we refresh here. But when we shrink down, when we get down to a certain, once we hit 760, we're almost there. There we go. See, it went back up to 100% there. And now the phone version looks a little bit better. So that's how we find a rule and then style it. Again, you're going to want to be pretty careful if this seems unfamiliar. And again, I'm going to have at the end of this, I'll have a full list of the different pieces you should paste in there. But again, I just want to try to give you some understanding of how all the stuff works. So I'm going to X out a developer view here, and we will close out this video now that we've adjusted the size of our header. And next, we're going to deal with the menu.